I just came back from an almost 10-day vacation in which I obviously couldn't create anything. Now I'm back home and I have a possibility, a privilege to dive deep into the art again. But taking such long breaks cause certain cons. And this list of certain cons we're going to discuss today with you. So let's begin. I have a great example of my mom who works all the time. A great example of my mom who managed to create for months, stopping only to get some sleep or food. She works non-stop when her next cycle of painting, of creating happens. Before I wake up, she will be already in front of her canvas drawing, working on a few canvases in the same time, allowing her to teach torturing away the oil paint to dry so she can work much faster, so she can work non-stop. So she will be one of my guiding stars for today's video. The other guiding star is me. We'll analyze her and mine attitudes towards art, and then we'll jump to conclusions. Reason number one, you can lose ideas and visual images you wanted to put into art if you take a break long enough. You can self-change, you can change yourself so much in these few days or many days that it won't be possible to come back to the original ideas you wanted to put into your art. You'll have to start over again and cover your canvases again. If you watch my previous videos, you know that that is a problem that's been around me for a while. I take a long break, then I have this urge to cover the canvases all over again. So I'm taking the white paint that you actually use to paint walls. So I use this paint and I cover all my canvases again and creating all over again, which obviously really slowing down everything, and I'm losing a lot of good paintings. Would be good if I'd finish them instead of starting over. Next point is that the pleasure of doing art is quite specific. It takes time to tune yourself to it, to start to learn how to appreciate it, how to enjoy it. Taking long breaks, especially if you're busy doing something stimulant, might make you forget what is enjoyable here and feel bored doing it. It's not quite easy to find pleasure into doing art, and it takes some time and self-discipline to do it. And then the next, also due to some stimulant activities. Painting takes a lot of time and concentration. If you get something on your mind that stimulates it highly, it requires immediate attention, or you have some problems, some work problems that needs your attention, it might make painting impossible because it's a really slow process requiring a lot of concentration. You need to take your time, you need to take your thought, your mind should be completely blank in order to concentrate on it. A lot of things that it's hard to achieve when you're not used to it. Some may call painting and creating art in general boring, and sometimes it is boring, so please be prepared for it and don't do something too stimulant. Next point, you might forgot what technique you used, what colors, what materials, where you left your sketches, what this exact line meant, and what were you trying to do around it, what color it should be. So you'll have to restart again. And your hand can forget how to draw, forgot what was the most comfortable position for it. You cannot remember it, so you'll have to restart again and again and change some details that you already put some thought on. Just because you don't remember what was the previous. So you might forget how you resolved this problem in your head, what was the final decision for this, and now you forgot it. Your brain forgot, your subconscious forgot it, and you have to start over again. This is a phrase that I'm going to repeat the most in this video. Start over and 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 over again. It's getting harder to come back with every minute you spend far from it. The same with sports, the same with any good habit you're trying to learn. If you took break and you imagine some, I hope I look good still. If you took break and imagine some new paintings, get some new crazy ideas, picture something in your head, and then you come back to reality where you still don't have new canvases, you still have some unfinished ones, and you need to finish them before starting new ones. Actually, I really want some new canvases right now, but since I cannot really afford it in the moment, I put myself a goal to at least at first finish those, the old ones. So I'm now forcing myself to finish them, and only after that I'll allow myself to buy new ones. But I have so many ideas I got so many ideas for new ones. I already picture what colors I'm going to use, what sauce I'm going to put into it, and I want new canvases. Oof, okay, no stress about it. So, if you took break and imagine some new paintings and get new crazy ideas, you feel mega inspired to start, you won't have the energy, you won't have this concentration to finish the old ones. Come back to old ones, it will be so hard and you will devalue your art. You will look at this and think, I could do it differently. What I have in my head is more superior to that. I'm taking all my inner forces, all my inner strength to not cover up these canvases I have. Do not start over again with the fresh ideas I have in my mind, because it's an endless cycle of starting over and over again. Over and over and over and over and over. So I'm trying not to repeat this mistake, which is pretty fucking hard. But I'm keeping myself intact so far. I will tell you if something changed. You will be the first one to notice. And so that's the thing. You won't even want to finish your old work. You wouldn't even want to do that. You'll convince yourself that it's outdated, that you're evolved, even though you're evolving when you're working on your paintings. So after a long break, you probably didn't evolve. But really, you just lost the thread. That thread was golden, you dropped it, and now you're crawling around it in the dark, trying to remember why the hell that painting even mattered to you in the first place. That thought is pretty deep, huh? And even worse, when you come back, your inner critic is getting louder and harsher. It's okay, maybe your technique while you were on a break didn't get anything better, but your eyes and what you saw, obviously you saw more of art of other people during this break, or you saw more nature or stuff like that, or you saw more people that are more successful than you. So your inner critic is louder and harsher, and he has seen more now, and is able to hurt you even more, which is also stopping you from achieving something, from finishing your art. Your hand will forget how to do the same strokes, and it will take time for her to remember it. So we always hear of the importance of self-care, of taking a break, but art creation is never fucking balanced. It's obsessive, it's erotic, it's personal, and you can't just, be gentle with it and not delve in too much. And there's no such thing as overreacting when you're into art. It's something where no rules, no self-care, gentle rules are applied. You have to pour everything you have in it, all your soul, all your energy. It's not fair, it might sound cruel, but it is like this with the art creation. You can treat it as nonchalantly as you did in high school or at the work you don't like. Art requires someone very chalant, very passionate about it, who is ready to sacrifice some other aspects of his life for art. My mom doesn't wait to feel ready for art. She doesn't wait for inspiration to strike. She just works and works, works and works. Every second of every day she spends thinking about art, creating art, or feeling euphoric because of art, or feeling sad about art. So she, just a perfect artist, maybe a stereotypical artist in that point. Okay, but the last thing I got to admit, my mom is also taking her health very seriously. She's kind of a health freak, so she does take breaks to eat properly and to do some sports. It never break to lay down and do nothing if she's in the process of creating, if she's in cycle of creating. She's over it with her head, and she takes those breaks to proper eat and to do sports and to sleep, because she knows that this will give her fuel to create more. So everything she does, it's about art. It revolves around art, and all her energy she spends it's in art. So I'm not talking about starving yourself for the sake of art in order to create art. be reasonable with that. Moment when it usually strikes me at night, the moment when art flows, so art process, art creation flows so perfectly, when the work flows goodly, and I somehow can continue work up like 4 a.m. for many hours. I can continue working. But for me, I noticed that even taking a break for food can sometimes change my mind a bit, put it on a different road, and it's harder for me to come back. So if I know that I can bear a bit of hunger, bear a bit of desire to go to toilet, I try to do that as longer as possible. But I know it's not a healthy advice, so it's not like not what my mom do, and she has more experience in art, so maybe you should copy her, not me. But in my case, these are times that give me the most euphoric feelings when I know I'm passionate so much about art, when uh, I feel so immersed into the process that I can refuse some primal needs of mine, when animalistic urges in my body, they're given up before something so etherically, so artistically, something spiritual. I feel not like a animal in this moment. I feel super cool. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye.